Today on RCVTV, we're going to be looking at the Rx200 Reuleaux by Wismec. Alright guys, so we're going to be looking at what you actually get inside the box for the Reuleaux and a little bit more about its basic and more advanced operations. So, as soon as you open the box, you will find your mod itself sitting right there on the top. This one's the black and red. There is a white and cyan version, a jet black version, and a jet white version. In the rest of the box, you will be getting here a manual. It is a fairly in-depth manual. It's fairly thick, as you can see. This thing's got everything you would need to know about your mod. It does cover every possible error that can pop up on your screen or anything like that. Anything you have problems with, refer back to the manual. It does come with a micro USB to USB charging cord as well, but we'll be covering more about that later on in the video. So we do have the actual Reuleaux itself right here. You can see you do have your up and down switch, you have your micro USB port, you have your actual fire switch, and then you do have this little tab right here and right here on both sides of the mod. That's what allows you to grab the back off to insert your 18650 batteries. This guy does take 3 batteries to run, and as you can see, it does have the plus and minuses inside there, which is nice and handy to have. And that is because on this mod, the 2 back batteries sitting in there are positive at the bottom of the device and negative on the top, whereas the front battery is positive at the top and negative at the bottom. So let me just grab 3 batteries here. Alright, so when you install your batteries, you can see the device automatically turns on, but it's just like any other mod out there on the market. Basically, it's 5 clicks on, 5 clicks off, so 5 off, 5 on, and it's a simple operation for up and down for adjusting your wattage. The rest of the information that you get on the screen is going to be your battery life. You do have a voltage meter as well as a resistance checker. For the other kind of features this mod has for different modes, you'd be talking about 1, 2, 3 clicks. That's going to get you into your options right here. So it has default for wattage mode. You have temperature for NNI, temperature for TI, which is your titanium, and temperature for your stainless steel. It does have 3 more options there for temperature control. That is for the type of person that wants to be using nickel and Kanthal combinations or any other such of temperature control mixed kind of things. That would be something you want to refer to your manual or even somebody in your local vape shop that might know more about it. For a couple of the other features, you do have a lock option. So say you wanted 20.3 watts, you can hold the up and down button together. That will lock it. And then if you want to try and adjust it, nothing will happen. You can still fire on it and take a hit. So hold those again. That'll take you to unlocking it, and then you can go back to adjusting your wattage. It does have one feature that's kind of nice. You can turn it into stealth mode, so you hold the power button and the down button at the same time. That'll turn it into stealth, and what that essentially does is it turns your screen off. So if you're vaping in a dark room, you don't want it creating a light, that's what you would be using that for. So hold your power button and your down button again. That'll turn stealth mode off, and then you can see your screen every time you tap your button. The last feature I'm going to show you is a little unique. You turn the whole device off and you hold the up and the down button together. It's going to allow you to flip your screen around. So if you prefer to use the mod in a different orientation or you're left-handed or you find something more personal preference to yourself, that would be what that's for. Once again, you still have to shut it off to flip it back around. Perfect. So I'm going to grab my crown tank and I'm going to show you a couple of the options for the temperature control on this device. Alright, so we got our crown tank installed on here. The crown is using a stainless steel coil, so we're going to throw this into temperature control for stainless steel. So back again, 1, 2, 3. It's going to get into your option menu. Click until you find temperature SS stainless steel. Click fire. That loads you up into the temperature control for stainless steel. Now, for changing your actual temperature for this mod, it is simple as up and down. The only trick is if you want it in Fahrenheit versus Celsius, you want to max out your Celsius, click it one more time, and it'll drop it down to the Fahrenheit. And it would be vice versa to get yourself back into Celsius. Alright, so for locking your resistance of your coil, you're going to want to hold the power button and the up button together, and that'll unlock and lock the resistance of your coil for the crown tank on there. Last but not least, 4 clicks of the button will allow you to change the actual wattage that you're going to be using for temperature control rather than your temperature itself. We're going to head back to power mode here, and then we'll see you back at my face for a little bit more vaping. Alright, so that was the breakdown of our Reuleaux. We got the crown tank sitting on here. If you want to learn anything more about the crown tank, we do have a video. We'll have the links down in the description about that. So let's talk about the resistance range of this mod. So for wattage / power mode, you're going to be looking at somewhere between 0.1 to 3.5. And then for your temperature control modes, you're going to be looking at 0.05 to 1.5. Now, the last 2 things I want to touch on is your battery life and your charging of the device. Battery life is excellent, long lasting. Because it is a 3 battery mod, you have no problems going for at least a day, 2 days on this thing. But the last thing is charging. So with this device, because it does have the 3 batteries, it is recommended even by the company themselves that make it to take the batteries out and charge them separately on a charger, or even have a spare set that you can swap in and out. And that's because the charging through the front, as well as being pass-through, which means you can charge vaping on the same time, it only tends to charge 1 or 2 batteries to full, leaving one of them slightly dead in comparison to the rest. And it basically causes the device to stay imbalanced across the screen, and then you have to take your batteries out anyways to charge them. That's why most people will recommend you to take the batteries out of this device. Other than that, thanks for watching, and as always,
subscribe to the channel, like the videos.
Follow us on Instagram and Twitter.
like us on Facebook, and until next time,
Make smart choices.